Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. We are at Richmond station in Melbourne and it is Saturday the 31st of January 2026, the last day of the summer start timetable before the big switch happening tomorrow. And lots of things on the train network are changing as a result of this, which I will try to show you quickly in this video for one final time, because it is already 6 p.m, so it's the final hours of these operations. I mean, the trains do run through the night, but still. Here we have a HCMT service train departing on the Cranbourne service, which from tomorrow you will no longer be able to see, with all the HCMTs in the metro tunnel, not at Richmond station or in the city loop. Additionally, all the Frankston trains are being moved into the city loop, which means you will no longer be seeing them running directly to Flinders Street from here, as they're going to replace the HCMTs in the city loop, running only in the anti-clockwise direction. And also will no longer be through running with the Werribee and Williamstown lines, which temporarily are going to be terminating at Flinders Street, but in the future they will through run to the Sandringham line. But for now, not yet. So it's actually weird because now they've been recolored to be pink, like the Sandringham line, which is so cursed, honestly, but that's how it is. Over here are the Frankston platforms. Now really, those middle tracks there are actually not going to be used like at all anymore, with the HCMTs no longer here. It's only going to be used by V-line services going down there. So it's going to be rather strange and confusing for everyone, especially on Monday when work comes back. Now it is just another rainy evening here in Melbourne. But literally 3 days ago on Tuesday, 4 days ago, they had the hottest recorded temperature ever recorded. The hottest day for Victoria. It was like 49 degrees in Mildura and like 46 in Melbourne. It was absolutely ridiculous. And now it's back like this. Also, the Frankston line has a different timetable as well due to level crossing removals in Mordialloc. And they're actually only using one platform there. So that's also another thing, but that's too far away to go look at right now. And also we have the Australian Open tennis going on literally right now, right there. The men's final is tomorrow as well, on the day of the big switch, which is going to be very confusing, and also terribly means that all the people from the Pakenham and Cranbourne lines can't even get to Richmond station tomorrow directly, as they would have been able to until now, because the trains will not be coming through here anymore, which this is the closest station, so that is also going to be really bad. But I guess you just have to learn to switch. So we're going to get in this Frankston train that's going to come in now. We're going to take it to Flinders Street, which is not going to be a thing anymore, as it's always going to go around the loop, and then it's going to continue either to no, maybe it's not continuing actually, because the next two services are continuing. This one just says Flinders Street, but whatever. Yeah. Well, still, this display won't be seen anymore.
Your next service to depart from platform 3 will be the 6:30 Flinders Street, stopping all stations to Flinders Street. Your next service to depart
all stations, one stop.
will be the 6:30 Flinders Street, stopping all stations.
Still doesn't say always remember to touch on your Mikey, because we still have weekend free travel today and I think tomorrow as well, and then that's the end of that, although they do have free travel for under 18s for the whole year or whatever now, so with a youth Mikey card. Now of course also Sunbury line will be moving into the tunnel as well, no longer going around the loop, although somehow they didn't even increase upfield Craigieburn frequency in the northern loop now, even though they said they would. Here's the service. Oh no, it is going to Williamstown. Then why does this say Flinders Street? And then some of them, I don't know. That's strange. But anyway, it's continuing to Williamstown. Siemens train. And also that means the last day of Comeng and Siemens trains on the Sunbury line is today. I also heard it could actually be the last day of EDI Comeng refurbishments running, although I'm not 100% sure on that, so it's just a rumor, I think. There's some more info about it.
I thought it was called dropped and tap, but I couldn't.
Yeah, so the trains do run all night tonight because it's Saturday timetable, but the last service up to Sunbury directly from Flinders Street, which will be the last Comeng Siemens on the line, is going to be at like 6:20 a.m. So I actually thought it would be at midnight today or in the middle of the night, but no, it's at 6 a.m. So it's actually rather reasonable. I'm just gonna go to bed and then wake up for it. And I guess that might be in this video or another one, depends how long this ends up being. But there are some of the short running 70 services for the tennis, 70A, actually using an E-class, which never runs in the 70, but since it's terminating right here, they are using it. And I did hear at Flinders Street the station coordinator is actually explaining the big switch constantly today, so that's very good to try to make it less confusing for people. So yeah, that 6 a.m. service, we'll hope it's a Comeng, but you know, there's probably gonna be a Siemens to be honest, but still, it'll be cool seeing that. There's the more E-classes. The G-class is now testing as well, so that'll come into service at some point this year, along with the X-Strap 2.0s. Probably won't come back again though, that'll be a bit ridiculous, but I'll see them the next time I'm here. And there's a HCMT again, which you're not going to be seeing here. To East Pakenham. Literally like half of my old Melbourne train videos have now become outdated with what's gonna happen tomorrow. But I mean not half, but I guess yeah, I didn't really film the through running, so it doesn't really matter. It's just the green on the thumbnail needs to be pink now for the Werribee and Williamstown. The Frankston's definitely outdated, so is the Sunbury and Pakenham and Cranbourne, but whatever. Well, the Sunbury video I just made like 2 months ago, that was to show the last day of those operations. I mean, not last day, what am I saying? Just one of the last times. Now, today is the last day, or tomorrow morning. There's the Sandringham line. So yeah, they also have those works on the Werribee line where they're doing like one directional running around the Altona loop, which means I think capacity is constrained, which that's the reason they can't through run with Sandringham yet. But they will eventually. And at Flinders Street, directly from Richmond on a Frankston train, which will not be possible anymore. And additionally, this train is now going to continue through to Werribee. No, Williamstown, sorry. There we go, it's really cleared out now. But people are getting on again. Not too many though. So yep, that won't be seen anymore either. Now for the moment the metro tunnel is ending operations at 7 p.m. for the summer start timetable. Today is the last day, so it's 6:35 right now. I'll see if I can go and get on the last metro tunnel service. If I do, actually, that means I will have been on the first and the last metro tunnel service during the summer start timetable. And like practically nothing else except on the first day, which is pretty funny. I think we're gonna wait here for a while, so I'm gonna check when it is. Alright, never mind. Apparently the train is not going to Williamstown after all, so what was up with that Desto driver? I really don't understand. It was a complete lie, and the announcements, it was all wrong. It actually did terminate here. Most people got off. There's a few people still sitting on it, expecting it to continue. That is just so dumb. No one said anything. That's not happening. But otherwise, most services would. It's just right now, like Saturday evening, I guess stuff's changing. And on this side, we have an X-Trap also going to Frankston. Still 10-minute frequency for Frankston right now, though. That one is going to depart pretty much right now. So I saw the last metro tunnel service is actually in 10 minutes at Town Hall already. I thought it's later, but no, it's not. So yeah. Well, Frankston that way will be normal because it's gonna run that way around the loop now, so that's fine. So we're gonna walk to Town Hall station now, and then I can get on the last metro tunnel service, as I said. Also, they've opened one of the new exits for Town Hall since I was last year. They didn't open the other big one that I said they needed to do before they could do the full timetable, but apparently they don't have to. But they did open a different one, so we're gonna go quickly look at that and then take the very last service through the metro tunnel from Town Hall to wherever, I don't know, but the last service during the summer start timetable, which is crazy, but I actually managed to get in that. And we also have train replacement buses on the Hurstbridge line. Typical. It's been shut down for like half the year, I swear. Here's the new system map as well, if you haven't seen, with the blue and the pink. For some reason they called it the Laverton line now, even though it used to be called the Altona line. But yeah, quite complex. Alright, let's go check this out. So where's that new exit now? Not here. That... oh yeah, you have to walk this way. Yep. I'm gonna get on the last service. I wonder how many people walk down here not knowing the service has ended already. And then they have to go looking for a different train to take. But I already showed this corridor in the metro tunnel video, so we'll just go down. There we go. There's literally one service left in there, 6:51 p.m. Sunbury in 10 minutes. Nothing else. So let's go find this new exit now. It's this. This is the exit up to Swanston Street, exit number 2. So this I did not show you in that video as it wasn't running yet. No trains operating in Cranbourne and Pakenham. So we'll just quickly look at this and then head down to the platform for the final summer start service. That's actually crazy. I literally flew here like 3 hours ago. Today I did not take the Sky Bus for the first time from Melbourne Airport, which is very nice because I hated paying that fare, although it took so long. I just missed the stupid 901, which is the longest urban bus route in the country, from the airport all the way to Frankston, which takes like 4.5 hours, but obviously just take it to Broadmeadow Station on the Craigieburn line. But I just missed it, so I had to wait like 28 minutes for it at the airport in this disgusting concrete place, which I really dislike. And then we got to Broadmeadows and there was an 18-minute wait for the train as well. And annoyingly, a V-line came in between, which was going obviously express to the city, but they don't let you on. So many tourists were doing the same thing and tried to get on. And then they just got shouted at, so Yeah. So it did take like almost 2 hours to get to the city, which wasn't the best, but it was free instead of $25. So, okay, this exit is actually really weird. It takes you to these alleyways. This is so strange. It's just two little alleyways here, and then this entrance. But you can also go out to the other side, which is just Swanston Street anyway. There's a tram. Haven't been on one yet this time, but nothing much ever changes with the trams except for the G-Class coming in soon. They're not even changing the frequencies along Swanston Street at all. They said there'd be changes, but there isn't. Like they straight up lied about like half of the big switch. They said there'd be changes with all the services, buses, trains, regional coaches, trams, everything. But in the end, it was barely anything. So, we're in this side. I don't know. So it is this entrance. This entrance is open. Yeah. Last time I was standing on the other side of the road there, and I pointed here and I said this is not open yet. But no, this is open now. The one that's not open is that one on the opposite side of Flinders Street Station over there. But I guess it doesn't really matter. Like you can just walk into this one. But yeah, this one is open then, right here. Lots of B classes. Tram 67 to Carnegie. Don't really need to go on that though. So anyway, let's head back down. That's just the new exit here that I had to show you. Obviously not coming back just to see when that exit opens, but all these additional things will be something new to see the next time I'm in Melbourne, whenever that may be. At the moment I have 3 years in a row of coming here, even though these two occasions were less than 2 months apart. But I did come in November 2024, and then November 2025, and now January 2026, and February, obviously, tomorrow. So that's 3 years already. I guess at some point next year I'll come, but I don't know, maybe towards the end. So that's still like almost 2 years away. But Macca's Town Hall Metro opening soon. Wow. Town Hall Metro. Really? I don't know. I don't like... Oh, there's an IGA as well. But I don't like the concept of like actually calling this metro. Like, yes, metro tunnel, whatever, but it's not metro. It's just trains. Even Google Maps fell for this, and they literally labeled the entire Melbourne train network as metro services with like the metro style timetabling on the maps for like a few weeks. And then now they're trying to change it back, but some spots still haven't been removed. So some stations have double icons, one metro icon, one normal icon, which is just so dumb. It is not metro. They have moved it back to trains for most of it, so that's okay. All right, 6 minutes. So cool, I can't believe back to what I was saying before. I got sidetracked by talking about how I got here from the airport. I literally arrived 3 hours ago, randomly, after 2 months of not being here, after I left like 2 days after that metro tunnel opening. And again, I'm only here for a few days anyway. And now I landed, went to the city, got to my hotel, went on train, and perfect timing after I last time just came hours before, well, not hours, a day before that occasion, but still before the metro tunnel opening, or at like 1 a.m. So it kind of was hours. Now we're hours before the last service. So let's go down. Somehow I don't even remember this. I mean, I did kind of skim through everything. Honestly, everything always feels so different on the second occasion. Like, even in Perth with all the Metronet openings, it felt completely different on the first day of normal operation compared to the first proper opening. And there's that other exit, it's still not open. Last service, yep. That's one good thing about all the platform coordinators you have here. They can make custom announcements for every single train about what's going on. Now, there are quite a lot of criticisms that there have been about the metro tunnel, which Tateset has made an entire video about, as well as an entire talk video about how the big switch stuff didn't come true. So Yeah, I'll put those videos in the description. They are a great watch if you're more interested in this. I'm really just looking at the operations after I hear what's been happening.
Good evening, passengers. Welcome to
Are you
Town Hall
serious?
Station. Please note that the last service
Oh no,
departing from Town Hall
that's
today
Skybus.
is
Never
your
mind.
6:51 Sunbury
I
service.
thought it was showing a connection with Frankston for the airport for 9:01, bro.
This is your 6:51 Sunbury service. This will be the last train service departing from Town Hall Station today. This service will be departing in 4 minutes. Please note that once this train departs, there will be no more trains departing from Town Hall today. We thank you for travelling on Metro trains. Have a wonderful and safe journey ahead.
Last train service now approaching the station on platform 1.
Still says 2 minutes. I mean, oh yeah, I guess it waits here a bit. Just like Perth Underground, this is like the middle stop where it technically switches lines. But here's our service. Incredibly empty compared to how packed the trains were up at Flinders Street. It was like actually crazy up in Flinders Street. Like I cannot believe the amount of people using trains on a Saturday. Although I guess the frequency is like every 20 minutes, so that's why. But here is the Town Hall boarding the very last service of the summer start timetable ever. Welcome aboard. So cool. Ah yes, this part of the train has literally no seats, so. Alright, I think it's waiting a little bit. 1 minute. And doors closed. Goodbye, Town Hall. Last service of the weekend of the summer start timetable. I mean, of the weekend, of Saturday, but yeah. And now I wonder how many people were left behind and were wondering where the next trains are. Okay, next stop will be State Library.
State Library.
Just pick up some more people there. This train seems familiar. I forgot what set was on the first trip, but I feel like it might have been set 2. If it's actually the same train, that is such a coincidence, but probably not. I should check after and see. The next station is State Library. Now they do still have the lights on in the tunnel, which is strange, but that's cool. I guess you can see.
Change here for Melbourne Central Station and City Loop services.
Now you can hear everything properly. Because the only other time I filmed the Metro Tunnel was on the absolutely packed first service and you could barely hear anything. So. State Library.
Change here for Melbourne Central Station and City Loop services.
Well, they do actually open all the doors automatically in the tunnel, unlike anywhere else.
Exit 2 will take you to Franklin Street. Please finalize your boarding. Train on platform 1 will soon be departing. Please stand clear. Train on platform 1 now departing. Please stand clear.
Still honking before leaving in the tunnel is crazy.
The next station is Parkville.
Very peaceful. It's crazy how fast you enter the station. Like, look at that speed still. Now, another really dumb thing is the dwell time. It's like we literally waited here for a whole minute right now, and I don't think they're changing that. It's good for when there's crowds, but like at 7 p.m. on the weekends, I mean, nah, I guess it'll still be rather busy considering how busy I saw it at Flinders Street, but still, tomorrow people are gonna be so confused. But you make these fast tunnels and then the dwell time is so slow, it's so annoying now. They still haven't updated the maps in here either, so they better get onto that.
The next station is Arnhem. Now arriving at Arnhem.
Oh, now it's late. What? They only give it 2 minutes, so it's already has to leave now. Okay, that's good, I guess.
Good evening, welcome to Arnhem Station. Train now on 1 is a 6:58 Sunbury, and is our final train for the day. After this train departs, which is now, the train station will be closed.
Literally every station they're having the announcements with all the stuff. Alright, and now we're gonna leave the tunnel and we're gonna get to Footscray, and we're gonna have this HCMT running all the way up to Sunbury, which from tomorrow will be the only train going up there. We're gonna get off and look for a inbound normal Sunbury service, hopefully, with the Comeng Siemens. Then we're going to travel back through the section which is actually never going to be used with regular passenger trains anymore, and in fact they might completely remove that connection there to go to the city loop instead of down into the metro tunnel, which I think is kind of dumb to be cutting off connections which already exist in the network. But I guess one thing is that they do have a speed restriction entering and leaving the tunnel because it's not actually the main direction, so they might be able to improve that. But still, man, I love the lights on in the tunnel. It really gives you perspective of the speed, you know. Although I think it only goes like 80 or maybe 100. No, I think it's 80, so nowhere near the 130 of the airport line tunnels in Perth I was in this morning. See, now you have to slow down this much as if it's a station. Like, it's actually crazy how much it has to slow down. And now we leave the tunnel. There might even be a red signal, to be honest, but yeah, it looks like there is. Yeah, great. Alright, There we go, we waited for like 2 whole minutes. Really bad, but probably just delays on the other lines. And get out of the tunnel. And we join back up with the normal line. See how that junction is like curved for the tunnel and straight for the city loop way, so that's why. Honestly, I just realized, thinking about the 82 at Footscray, that I should probably get on a Z class as well, because it might be my last time on it. If when I come back it's already all replaced by G class, so. What is the speed?
Now arriving at Footscray. Change here for Werribee and Williamstown services.
And it said Laverton on there and it was pink. Yep, there we go, you see? Werribee, Laverton and Williamstown, pink. So, that's already changed. And we have 6 minutes until the inbound City Loop service. Should be enough time to go to Middle Footscray, I think. Might stay on. Alright, here we are, Middle Footscray. I just saw someone else filming, so it looks like there's some more interested in this. And perfect shot. Out with the new, or I mean, out with the old, in with the new. HCMT is leaving, Comeng coming in. This is an Alstom Comeng, so it should still be around, but from tomorrow, you will not be seeing this train here, pretty much ever again. So, I didn't want to walk around the Footscray, so I literally just got off here. This is an island platform, so it was perfect timing. There goes the Sunbury HCMT, and we're going to get on this lovely old Comeng now to ride the section which will be removed with the manual doors.
Middle Footscray. To Flinders Street, stopping all stations except South Kensington via the City Loop.
That's another thing you won't be hearing anymore, except South Kensington, since the bypass of it will no longer be happening. Maybe there's some express services on the other lines, but anyway. So these Alstom trains have the same announcements as the Siemens, and the green interior and the actual screen displays at the front and back. while the EDIs have yellow interior and dot matrix, and they just have a very simple and like patchy announcer that only says when you're arriving and nothing else. So it's actually rather different in terms of the passenger experience, but otherwise it looks pretty similar, except the colors and the destination board on the outside being the little scrolling thing in the window instead of on the front. Oh my gosh, there's so many people.
Change here for Werribee, Williamstown, services. This is service to Flinders Street, stopping all stations except South Kensington.
Velocity. Recently I've been seeing more and more news of how packed the velocities are getting all the time, especially down to the Tarneet and Warroon Ponds direction. Not Warroon Ponds, Wyndham Vale. It's just so bad, like, because that's still a regional line, but hope they do something about it soon. Like, I keep just seeing photos of Tarneet Station being completely packed and people have to wait for like 4 trains just to be able to get on. And there we are. So the metro tunnel just spurred off to the other side. This section that we're traveling on right now on these tracks is never going to be run by passenger trains anymore. And there's South Kensington, we're now bypassing it, which is not going to be happening either. And Siemens to Sunbury just went past. Another velocity, Warrnambool. And you can see Arden Station right there as well. There's some more trains. And now we'll be at North Melbourne.
North Melbourne. Change here for Upfield, Craigieburn, services.
Still don't get why I can't say and then after this it'll just go into the city loop, which obviously won't be happening from the Sunbury line anymore either. What? Just got cut off.
This is a service to Flinders Street, stopping all stations via the city
Another velocity. Anyway, down into the City Loop tunnels now from Middle Footscray, which now this tunnel will only be used by the Upfield and Craigieburn lines, and that's why the promise was that they would have an increased frequency, and now that is not happening for the moment. And will be Flagstaff station. Don't really need to film after that anymore. Just wanted to show actually entering from here after coming from Middle Footscray. And then I guess we'll just try to find an EDI Comeng just in case. I mean, probably the last one tomorrow won't be anyway. I did ride on one from Broadmeadows before though. And then that's it pretty much for this video. I will make a separate one for the other thing since it's already very long, this one. And that's actually the most significant thing occurring. Flagstaff. There we go. All right, back at Flinders Street again, and we have the yellow Sunbury up there with the Comeng train we just got off, which is all those three things no longer going to be seen. Here it is. Now, oh, there's HCMT coming, also no longer going to be seen. Oh yeah, I should go up and we'll see if we can see an EDI coming in. Bro, the regional trains is literally lists every station on the Pakenham line as being skipped. And then it doesn't stop until after East Pakenham at Narnagoon. What is this station name? But yeah, that's just looks so silly having all of them listed on there. But anyway, here's the East Pakenham service. I don't know why some of them stop in Melbourne and some don't. It's really weird, but they have Cranbourne running as a shuttle already now. And then some Dandenong terminating trains afterwards. There's literally no train to East Pakenham after this for over an hour. Is that right? What? There's a Dandenong train in 21 minutes, then 54 minutes, and then nothing after that.
Passengers wishing to transfer to Cranbourne, please take the train on platform 6 towards East Pakenham and change trains at Dandenong.
Now see how packed this is.
I repeat, anyone who
Unbelievable.
would like to travel towards Cranbourne, please take the train on platform 6 for East Pakenham and change at Dandenong.
Like, this is just not acceptable on the weekend. Like, I mean, I guess it fits, but like in Perth, they try to have at least a reasonable frequency so you're not packed in like this on every train you go on the weekend. Like, this should be peak hour crush load capacity, not 7:30 p.m. on a Saturday. Good is being used, but like the fact that there's no East Pakenham train now for over an hour, Like, that's just so stupid. But yeah, HCMT here at Flinders Street, literally a thing of the past in a few hours' time. So. And there's the EDI to Frankston. Go have a quick look on board. That train is just getting more and more packed. There's literally people standing all throughout the train now. Absolutely crazy. Especially imagine if you're going all the way to, like, you know, the stations like near Pakenham. And if it's, I mean, I know it's not gonna be full the whole way, but like, it's just outrageous that you'd have to stand like that. And all the trains are sitting here for like 10 minutes. Yep, so there's the EDI to Frankston from the back. Have a quick look on board just to see the difference quickly. You'll see how it's all yellow and it's got the dot matrix. Alright, let's go back to the HCMT now. I mean, actually, if this train does get removed, both of these trains will no longer be seen here. So, but yeah, standing on the other platform, we can see both. So, let's go there.
Doors are now locked on platform 6, train departing, please stand clear.
What?
Train departing, please stand clear. Train departing, stand clear, please. Train departing. Stand
There
clear,
we
train
go.
departing.
2 trains not to be seen anymore potentially at Flinders Street Station, definitely for the HCMT. Goodbye. And of course the EDI Comeng as well. That should do. There we go. Can't believe how many staff they have around the place, honestly. Like, so much customer service. It'd be so fun though, just getting paid to stand here making those announcements. Goodbye, Frankston train. EDI Comeng. See you. And this video is probably way too long already. Somehow it's been over an hour now since, or just about an hour since the last train I took out of Town Hall earlier in 9 minutes. So we're gonna end that here. I pretty much captured everything that'll no longer be seen. Frankston through running, Frankston coming straight to Flinders Street. I mean, that Frankston train didn't really through run, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Also, Comeng on Sunbury line, Siemens on Sunbury line, summer start timetable, HCMT in City Loop and in Flinders Street. So, anyway, I guess that's enough. There's gonna be tons of YouTubers covering it all. It's really all been seen for a long time now anyway, so it's not like it's new stuff, like it's just the end of its normal operation. But yeah, see you tomorrow morning back here for another video with the last ever Comeng or Siemens train running on the Sunbury line.
Full vehicle 750 Dandenong service running via Richmond, South Yarra, express to Caulfield, in all stations through Dandenong. A reminder, the next switch happens tomorrow, the 1st of February. There are timetable changes across the entire Metro Trains network. Pakenham, Cranbourne, any Pakenham services will no longer run through Flinders Street Station, Southern Cross, or the City Link Station. These services will need to change trains to Town Hall Station, which can be accessed via the Grey Street Tunnel, Comeng and Swanson Street entrances, or alternatively use the State Library next to Melbourne Central. Passengers who will take normally a Richmond, South Yarra or Melbourne service, you will need to take the Frankston line train instead, as your Dandenong, Cranbourne, East Pakenham services will no longer be stopping at Flinders Street, Southern Cross and City Loop. Plan your trip at transport.vic.gov.au or use the app. Thank you for travelling with Metro today. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday and weekend. 7:50 Dandenong service, now on platform 6.
There it is, the full explanation. She's literally been doing that for every single train that's come from the Dandenong corridor. What? Literally explains the whole big switch situation. I don't know what happened with that announcement there. Just said running express from randomly, but yep, that's the announcement of what's actually going on. But pretty much no one was listening. There's going to be so much confusion. But yep, from Flinders Street Station on the 31st of Jan 2026, last day of summer start timetable. Goodbye.